Adulting is hard, and one of the hardest parts about adulting is keeping yourself alive. Deciding what to eat can definitely be a daily struggle. I love grocery shopping. Why? Because it's literally justifiable shopping. This has been my recent favorite recipe for busy work weeks. This literally takes 5 minutes to make. And the secret of not getting tired of your home-cooked meals is Hello friend, it's Eunice and welcome to my cozy tea house. How are you guys doing? How's 2025 been for you so far? For me, it's been very crazy and hectic and just a lot. Adulting is hard, and one of the hardest parts about adulting is keeping yourself alive. And by that, I mean feeding yourself. I recently graduated college and I've been living independently since college, and last year I started working at a full-time job, and on top of that, I have been doing content creation on the side. You could probably tell that my schedule is packed. Over the years of living on my own, I developed a realistic system on how I balance health, convenience, and cost when it comes to feeding myself as a busy adult. So if you are someone who's struggling with feeding yourself or are just curious about my system, then keep on watching. Part 1. How I decide what to eat. If you're like me, then one of the hardest parts about feeding yourself is actually deciding what to eat every single meal, every single day. First and foremost, you have to evaluate your current situation. Ever since I was in college, I was entirely independent and self-sustaining, meaning I lived on my own and didn't receive any financial support from my parents. So because of that, I was pretty much forced to live on survival mode and learn how to cook for myself because I was a broke college student. Now that I have a decent paying job, which I'm very thankful for, I do have more financial freedom to be able to order takeout every single week, but I still always resort to cooking at home since that's what I'm, really used to. And I also like cooking, so making food at home is cheaper and healthier because, for one, buying groceries for a week's worth of meals is always cheaper than ordering takeout for every single meal. And two, by cooking it yourself, you know what foods, ingredients, or nutrients you are putting into your body. Another sort of obvious thing to note is don't overcomplicate meal planning. Decisions. What am I gonna wear today? What kind of matcha am I gonna make? Should I do my work or should I play my Switch? Decision paralysis is a nightmare, so deciding what to eat can definitely be a daily struggle. The trick to this is to just go with whatever comes up in your mind first. To decide what I eat, I basically think of what I'm craving at the moment, or if I have no cravings, then I just think of my favorite foods, and then just branch out from there. For example, if I'm craving chicken, then I can either make a chicken Alfredo or teriyaki chicken. Pro tip, when you think of your cravings, try to think of whole foods instead of processed foods. However, finding the time to cook is a whole different struggle. Now that I'm a full-fledged adult, I'm making it a point to be very intentional with my time. And I'm always seeking to learn new ways on how to maximize my productivity throughout the day without forgetting to eat my meals. And what better way to do this than to learn from the experts who share tons of valuable resources online on platforms like Skillshare, who happens to be the sponsor of today's video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. One of my biggest struggles as a busy adult is finding time for everything: work, socializing, sleeping, and of course, feeding yourself. I saw this class called Chaos to Calm, Google Calendar Workshop for Creatives by Jules Acree, and I found it to be really helpful in learning how to be more intentional with my schedule and making time for what's important, like cooking. If cooking was only about following recipes, then we'd be tired of eating our home-cooked meals pretty quickly. You need to mix and match different spices sometimes, and that requires creativity. That's why platforms like Skillshare are great, because they can help you practice your creative skills, whether it's in the kitchen or beyond. The first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today, and your future self will thank you. Thanks so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Part 2. Grocery shopping. I love grocery shopping. I love. Why? Because it's literally justifiable shopping. Before you grocery shop, prep work is essential. Prep work is often overlooked, but if you forget this step, you might end up wasting a lot of time and money, buying unhealthy or unnecessary foods, and just create a lot of food waste. So first, consider your eating habits. Do you cook at home more often? How many times do you eat out in a week? Because these could influence how much groceries you need to buy for the week. So here are my tips for grocery shopping smart. Number 1, inventory check. You probably thought the first step was to make a list, but no. The first thing I always do is check what I already have. I see what ingredients I still have left over and think of how I can use them for the week. This helps prevent food waste, saves money, and stops me from buying stuff I already have. Number 2, make a grocery list. Knowing the context of how often I cook meals at home and knowing what's in my fridge or pantry already, I can construct a good list of things to buy. I think of what I want to eat this week and try to incorporate dishes that include the ingredients I already have at home. Number 3 is to actually go to the grocery store. Just buy what's on your list. This is how you're going to speed run your grocery shopping trip. But what if you see something that you really want to get that's not on your list? Then ask yourself, will you be able to consume this during the week and not let it go bad or be forgotten? Or do you have the budget for it? Some bonus grocery shopping tips: always inspect the food before putting it into your cart. Check nutrition facts, expiration dates, and make sure nothing looks rotten and suspicious. As much as possible, you want most of the items in your cart to be whole foods. Fresh versus frozen, there's actually not too much of a difference on the nutrition aspect of it, but frozen food is a great option for busy people like me. Fresh food tastes better, but frozen food lasts longer, so balance it out accordingly. Part 3, cooking and recipes. Okay, here's the part where I tell you how I actually feed myself. I usually have a rotation of simple but versatile recipes that I like to make because they come in handy on times when I feel too lazy to cook. And the secret of not getting tired of your home-cooked meals is to make minor tweaks to your own recipes. This can be done in either 2 ways. A, add another ingredient, or B, switch up the spices and condiments. One of the most important things I learned about cooking is to stock up on your spices and condiments, because this is how you're going to turn your bland boiled chicken into a scrumptious, honey glazed sesame oil, green onion garnish, sesame seed teriyaki chicken. So get familiar with which condiments pair well with which. I know soy sauce goes well with sesame oil, mayonnaise goes well with sriracha, ketchup goes well with mustard. You know the drill. Also, a wise person once told me that just by adding a little bit of spice elevates the flavor of your cooking. So if something's missing, try adding a little bit of some peppers. Adding another ingredient is also an easy way to level up your meals. There are certain foods that complement each other. I find that carrots, mushrooms, and potatoes go really well with beef, and chicken goes really well with a lot of leafy greens like spinach and kale. You can certainly do your own research on which foods pair well with each other, but this is just something that you learn over time as you experiment and get better with cooking. So here are some of my go-to recipes for a quick and tasty meal. Gyudon, which is basically just a beef bowl. The main ingredients are shredded beef and onion, and sometimes I like to add carrots and mushrooms. I add soy sauce, meaning sesame oil, and garnish it with some green onions and sesame seeds. Tuna cabbage. This is probably one of my laziest recipes. You basically mix a can of tuna and shredded cabbage and add soy sauce, sesame oil, and Japanese mayo in a bowl, and then mix it together, and you're done. Lunch wraps. This has been my recent favorite recipe for busy work weeks because this literally takes 5 minutes to make. I prep my meat of choice, and then I add my vegetables of choice. I also like adding jalapenos for the extra kick, cheese, and some sauces of choice, all wrapped in a tortilla. I'm always looking for more lazy recipes, so if you have a lazy recipe that you like to make, then share it down in the comments. At the end of the day, feeding yourself as a busy adult is all about finding balance and finding what works best for your unique lifestyle. The more you cook, the better you get at feeding yourself and taking care of your body and health as a whole. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you, my friends, for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!